Hi, welcome to Fiberchats. My name is Irina. I'm the host here, and my guest today from Spain, the owners of El Robledal, right? Did I say it correctly? Jackson
Yes.
and David. Hi, guys.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for being guests of my channel today.
No, thank you for having us.
So, I'm just curious, what makes two men decide to start breeding Angora goats? It wasn't something you grew up with, right?
No.
Well, I certainly I come from a family of farmers and cattle breeders and that, but never goats and never Angora goats. And well, then a few years ago, we decided to move to the countryside for living. Leave the city apartment and move to this little house in the middle of nowhere. And well, we always had the idea of having some kind of animals with us. And then one day we discovered Angora goats. We fell in love at first sight, and we decided that that's the kind of animals we want to have.
What was it about the Angora goats? What exactly attracted you to them?
I think when we saw them for the first time, it was love at first sight, I have to say, because they were so docile and friendly. And
yeah, they're just nice. They're nice.
Yes, they're nice. At first I was scared because I thought goats, I'm like, oh God, goats, they misbehave, they will jump everywhere, it will be hard. But when we saw the Angora goats on a farm in the UK, near Forest Mohair, we fell in love. We saw them and we said, this is what I want. This is what we are looking for. And we fell in love with them.
Yeah, people usually think about goats like they're mischief, they're kind of difficult animal for keeping, but well, some parts are true. Angora goats, they're clever, they're nice, they're fluffy, they're perfect. We love them.
Okay, let me ask you this question. So I remember my first child being born. I brought it home from the hospital and I put him in the bassinet and I looked in total horror. I was like, what have I done? And what I'm doing from now on, right? Did you have that moment when you bought that first Angora goat, you brought it to the farm? Did you ever question your sanity at that point?
Yes.
Well, we did.
Well, it's not the same, but it was quite similar to a pregnancy because it was not so easy as we would like to be bringing them to the farm. Mm-hmm. We had to go to France for buying them because there's no Angora goats in Spain, just ours. So we have to wait several months to arrange all the paperwork, the transportation, and all the stuff. And when then finally arrived to the farm in this December 14, 2015, it was all the emotion, all the excitement. But then when the days start to go and you are with the animals here, it was like, oh my God. And that's forever now,
Yes, that is amazing. I think we also feel like that in the kids seasons when we have new babies around the farm, because you have to be careful, you have to be aware, you have to make sure everything is all right. So those few months are always scary for us. They're the most, when it's over kids season, I can breathe. I'm like, oh, finally everything went well.
Kidding seasons, it's excitement, it's joy. They are like little cartoons. When they are kids, they don't look like actual animals. They look like they are cartoons. But it's exhausting because you have to be all day, all night, keeping an eye of them and taking care of them.
Well, do you have any regrets that you started that thing, that you changed your life so drastically and got into that business?
No.
No.
To be honest, I now I feel like without them,
What will we do
yes,
without them?
without them, it's like they all have names. They all have names. So it's like without seeing them every day, it's hard alive. Well, not hard life. It's hard work because there's no Christmas days. There's
No weekends.
weekends. You know, you have to be here 24/7, and we do enjoy it.
Mm.
We do enjoy it, and every day there's something new. They make you smile every day, so it's fun. We like it, and especially kid season. Because
Do you ever get like, no, you go feed the goats, no, you go feed the goats? Do you ever like fight over who is doing what chores?
Well, now David is going to be more in charge of the goats. Before it used to be me, and David used to have a full-time job.
That I have recently quit.
So now David will be in charge of the goats during the morning and afternoons.
Because before, when I had my last job, Jackson were here in the mornings, and then in the afternoons I will take care of the goats and all the rest of the animals. We have cats, dogs, horses, and chickens, and anything you can have in a farm. But no, we don't usually fight. Like, I don't feel like feeding the goats. Go, you go. Well, it can happen, but no, and you know, because we live here, so it's not like going to work. It's like just open the door and you're in the field with the animals,
right?
And that is here,
right? Well, what did they teach you? Like, what did you learn from them?
Wow, that's a good question. Good question.
No one ever asked us that.
Goats, well, all animals that you have to keep and you have to take care of, show you that you have to live in the present, because they don't care about past, they don't care about future.
That's true.
They put you and with your feet on the floor, on the soil, like they keep you in the reality. And also, well, it's related with this living in the moment. Because for example, when something bad happens, because bad things happen,
right,
and or some of them is sick or maybe dead or whatever, you can have like 1 minute of, I feel so bad, I feel so sorry for myself, this is that, but you don't have more time because you have to take care of all the others. They have to eat, they have to be clean, they have to have water, they have to, you don't have time for feeling sorry or for feeling sad, because life takes you to the next step.
Right. What was it like? How difficult was it to start spinning that mohair? Like, was it immediate decision for you that you're gonna do that? Like that you're gonna shear them and you're gonna find the mill and do the yarn?
Well, when the goats arrived, there was a plan that we shear the goats and we will sell the fleece to mills. That was the plan. But when we started having the goats here at the farm and living with them each day, one day I said, no, I want to keep that fiber and I want to spin it and make it into yarn and sell it ourselves, not somebody else.
And
that's how it started.
Something special, something unique, because they're unique for us, they're special for us. So the idea of just selling the fleece to a factory and losing the spirit of this fiber that's why we decided to do all the process.
Well, I mean, have you spun yarn before?
No. So we thought it was going to be easy.
Because we were so naive.
Because we saw, well, here in Spain, there were loads of Merino sheep. We thought there's going to be mills. we didn't find any mill here in Spain. So we had to go overseas. And at the end, we ended up in the UK, in Cornwall, and we sent all our mohair there to be spun because it's hard to find a mill that works only with mohair. Normally they work with wool, so it's not the same wool and mohair. Mohair is more like hair. Right. It's a different fiber, so it's hard for some mills to work with it. So at the end, we sent it to the UK, and the last 3 lots was from the UK. Mm-hmm. And this last batch that we got here now, it was spun here in Spain. We found the mill.
We found a mill here in Spain that was able to spin the mohair, but it's mixed with merino wool.
Right.
From here also, from Spain, also merino from Spain. So we are very happy with it. So.
But then you also decided to get into the yarn dyeing.
Yes, that was. At first, I started dyeing the mohair, especially the locks, the main fiber from the chest, in colors. So start dyeing in different colors. There's pink.
So there's many people that use this kind of locks
or to spin or for hair, for dolls,
for teddy bears, for any kind of,
And that's how I fell in love with it. Dyeing. And then, because it took us so long to get some mohair to send to the mill, because we started with 10 Angora goats. So it's a slow process, and the mill started with 20 kilos minimum. So we had to collect 20 kilos. So that period, there's no income in the farm.
Right.
And that's when I decided, let me bring other kind of yarns that are different, and I start dyeing, and they will be also part of the brand to help us support also the animals and us in a way. Right. So I started with Blue-Faced Leicester, it's one of our favorites. Merino Tencel is also one of our biggest favorites. It's very shiny and it has a nice drop, and it's beautiful. Also,
black silk. Blend, well, all kind of this kind of luxury yarn.
Well, what was your journey with yarn? You both knitters, right?
No, well, that's another thing, because we didn't knit when we started.
We started as two guys living in the countryside who decided to be farmers, and then decided to produce yarn, and then decided, or just not decided. Life takes you there, and then start dyeing, and then start knitting, and then start designing, and then start. It was like step by step to try new things and discover you like it. Right. Because Jackson never had thought in his life of being a dyer, and he loves dyeing and loves playing with color, and it's like his calling. And I started knitting 2.5 years ago, almost 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago. But I'm almost 40 years old. So, and I never in my life thought that I would enjoy so much knitting. I knit every day, every day.
Well, how do your friends, family react to your life changes? Because this is not very subtle life change.
No, my mom thinks this is what she should be doing. That is what retired people do. That's her point of view. She's like, what are you doing? Why are you stuck in a farm? You should be in the city or back to work.
Because his family is from London. They live there. It's like another planet.
Right.
His marriage is like this kind of funny. That's what retired people do. They go to the farm and live quietly, but no young people doing that.
Yes.
No, but it's just for fun. They're very supportive. At the beginning, it was like, "Are you crazy? Are you sure?" We know what we want to do.
So who did you meet on your journey? Like what kind of people are you friends now that you like never imagined being friends with like 5 years ago?
Farmers, more fiber farmers. We talk more with them because we share experience, or there's always something that we need to find out about the goats or how they do it. So we started talking to other fiber farmers, and it's amazing because now it's like a little big family, and we start talking with other people. I have my friends from the city, and then I have my other friends. So it's two different worlds, and it's amazing.
Yeah, and it's a good thing that we have found so many really good people in farming, but also knitwear designers, other dyers, knitters. It's a great thing that yarn and goats have gave us, is the chance to know all these great people. You know, it's people from very different backgrounds. You know, a designer has nothing to do with a farmer, has nothing to do with a dyer. They're very different, but it's like we have all this that's it in common.
Right. So like when you see somebody, or like when you knit a garment, right, out of your goats, like that whole process from like start to finish, right? Like you're feeding the goat, and then like suddenly you have the yarn that like you dyed, it's been spun for you, and like now you're knitting with it. How does it feel to like have final product in your hands?
Well, for me, it's amazing. I don't know how to say it, satisfying, because to see the whole process, and there's people that follow us, and they saw the goat was born, they saw how we shear them and everything. So at the end, to have the final result, and for the people to knit, and when they write back to you and they say, "Oh, I love your yarn, it's beautiful," or when the yarn festivals, when they come and they show us, "Oh, look, it's always nice." Always put a smile on our faces when we see yarn being knitted.
And for us, well, we're now just two of us wearing garments with our mohair that I have knit. And, you know, the feeling of wearing a thing, not only you have done, but the fiber comes from animals that you actually have helped to be born,
right,
and take care of them since they were babies. Is like, I don't know how to put it in words. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, okay, so there's like this whole like farming side of it, right? You have to get up every morning, you have to feed the animals, you have to like let them out, make sure they're healthy and all of that. But then you have the business side of it, and you have to promote yourself, you have to market that yarn. How do you divide those responsibilities? Like, how do you decide who's doing what?
I will be more the advertising, Instagram, and all the pictures, or dyeing the yarn. That will be me. That will be mainly me. And then David will be more in charge.
Into the farming.
Or around the farm.
Of course,
both of us.
There are shows that we do together, because there's some stuff that just one person cannot do it. You need help. But I'm more into the farming side, and Jackson is more in like, well, he's the dyer. I don't dye. I don't know how to dye. I don't know how to make colors. But I'm the knitter of the pair. And in the farming, I'm more into, you know, I take care of them, like in health issues. I'm not a vet, but most of the vet stuff I do it myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And the fencing and all the stuff outside. And Jackson is more into the Instagram.
But he takes better pictures than me. So
yeah, I'm the photographer.
Always in charge.
He's the social media.
I'm always, pleased. Can you go and take some pictures of the goats, because you know how to do that.
Early today, I was taking pictures of them.
Right. Well, I mean, is it ever hard for you, like, to constantly being together? Because it's like not only, you you spend like all the time with the goats and like the work and the whole thing? Like, is it hard to be all the time with each other?
No, at all, because we hate each other.
No, mainly because David is around the animals and I'm on the other side dying. So in a small room around the farm, I am there dying. So we don't see each other mainly at night and for lunchtime, or if we have to do something together. But we have separate time, so we try different things.
Well, even though we live here, we work here, and we have a very little space. You know, we have the biggest garden in the world because it's huge, but the house, the actual building is tiny. So we try to separate what is working time or working space from living home space.
Right.
But most days, you know, we take breakfast together, and then we don't see each other's face until lunch.
Well, when like you mentioning, you're talking about the goats, that they all have the names, and you're talking about the kids being born and all that stuff. Like, do you have a favorite, or is it like picking a favorite child?
Well,
I have a favorite.
Me too.
I shouldn't say that. I
also have a less favorite.
His less favorite is my favorite.
Yeah,
so.
It's so funny.
Yeah. It's Charlotte. Charlotte is one of my favorite goats.
Oh my God.
So what makes your favorite and your least favorite? What's the characteristic of her?
I have more Charlotte and Tina also, because Tina we had to bottle feed her since she was born. So she's like a little dog. She always, when she sees us, she comes to us. She always comes and say hello. So Tina is also her favorite, and also everybody's favorite, I think. And Charlotte is my favorite. I just love Charlotte. I just love Charlotte. Least favorite.
My least favorite is Charlotte.
That's
right.
No problem admitting it.
I
don't hate her. Okay, we can live together, and I have to live every day with her, and I love her really. I love her.
Right.
She's she's so spoiled by Jackson. And I like the animals to behave, like, well behave. Don't be naughty. Don't push me. Don't try to take the food off my hands. You know, wait. Everybody's gonna have their turn. And Charlotte is like,
she wants to be first.
Yeah, always first.
Do you ever have like parenting quarrels between yourself about how to raise the goats?
Sometimes we have a few arguments.
Yeah.
Sometimes because I like to do I think is the best way for my. I not like that, but I mean I think this is the best way because it's me saying it, and then you also think like, no, I know how to do it. So sometimes there's no arguments, but there's a misunderstanding sometimes.
Right.
No, we usually agree, like in what kind of feeding.
Yeah.
I'm more like adventurous in trying new kind of feedings. Jackson is more like, no, if we know that kind of cereals or that kind of hay works, why to try something new? And why not? But there's one issue that we can disagree more, and it's choosing which is breeding which season, because not all of them breed every year.
Right.
We let them to take rest, recover from breeding and that. So choosing who's gonna breed this year and which male goes with which female, like the pairing.
Right.
It's what we have no arguments, but we discuss it.
So like, there's this whole thing about like Mohair in South Africa, and that like they're not necessarily super gentle with the goats, and there's like this whole controversy. How do you deal with that side? Like, how do you, because I feel like you can't be harmful to those goats just because like it's obvious how much you love them and how much they're like almost part of the family. But How do you deal with people questioning you about that?
We like to show every day and how we take care of the goats. When we shear the goats, we don't shear the goats. We tried it.
Yeah, I tried with Geraldine.
We tried it, and
It was awful. Poor Geraldine she does deserve better. So we hired a professional that come here.
He said poor Geraldine because we took so long shearing her. We didn't know how to do it. So we found a guy that came and does it for us. He's amazing. He takes care of the goats. And we always, when he comes, we always post videos and we show people how it's done. We show all the goats being sheared so people can see how it's done, how some of them fall asleep during shearing because he's so gentle. He takes care of them. So we do like to show people, and because of other farms, it doesn't mean that we are all the same. So we cannot be judged because of one person or two or three. You have to learn, I think, more about each other.
About farming, there's always this kind of delicate issues and and suspicious about. And I always say, like, my main goal every day is for my animals to be happy and healthy. It has no sense for a farmer to want their animals to be badly. It makes no sense.
Right.
Basically, by economics, it's not economical to having unhealthy animals, but more of that, like, we love them, we take care of them, and we want them to be healthy and happy. And
well, you started with just
an accident happens, but you have to try to do it your best.
Right. Like, you started with just a few goats. Now, if I counted it correctly by all the names you sent me, there was 30. I'm not sure.
Thank you, God.
Right. So, like, where do you see yourself, right? Like, if you look at the journey from the start till now, are you at the beginning of that journey? Are you like experts now in goat rearing? Like, how do you perceive yourselves?
Experts will be hard to say because I think we learn every year something new with them, or every day there's something new and we have to learn. But now I think I can say I know what's happening with the goat, just seeing them, because you are here with them every day. So which, if one is behind and she's normally at the front always when we open the doors, I'm like, there's something wrong with her, because so now we know what to do and how to take care of them.
With living beings, you're never an expert. They are the experts. And the more you know, the more you learn, the more you realize that you have so much to learn. But we are growing. We're doing better than when we started. And getting to, so we want the herd to grow, but not too much. We're not in a hurry, and we're not interested in having like 1,000 goats. That's not the point of the project.
Not even 100 goats.
Not even 100. We think about 50, 60 goats. It's okay. It's okay.
Yes, I think that's a good number for us, and a healthy number to look after all of them. I think 50 will be. So this year, only 3 will be having kids this year. So we are
3 intentionally, maybe 2 more
by accident.
Forbidden law.
The accidents are the most fun because it started happening 2 years ago. Was the first accident after 3-4 years farming. I'm like, talking to other farmers, and no, this is an oops baby. And I'm like, how can that happen? Because
we're so excited. Like, how can that happen?
Because
that will never happen to us.
I've been breeding for 3-4 years, and I don't have that. And then that year, I had my first oops baby. And I think this year is going to happen again.
Too.
Well, I mean, like, where do you have a dream? Do you have like ambition for this farm that you're like trying to get towards to?
Well, our dream is kind of happened right now, but we have to dream more. And the idea is like having this, we told you, like having around 50 animals, and keep producing yarn, keep working and keep dyeing and keep working with magazine and working with designers. And also what we will love to do is like having more activities here with the people in the farm. We're having an open day. We have an open day. We have organized 2, how we say in English?
Knitting retreats.
Knitting retreats. Sorry for my English.
That sounds so good.
But we would love to like doing more stuff like that here. Having more open days, having like days for come to knit with the goats, or come to learn how to be a farmer, kind of like playing to be a farmer. And
that's having more blends with mohair.
Yeah,
at the moment
that's
we have wool and mohair in a fingering weight, because normally everybody thinks of mohair, the fluffy lace silk, and we are doing it or fingering or DK weight. So we're trying to do more weights, but without
keep
the
playing
fluff.
with mohair.
Yes, that's a plan. More blends and keep playing with it.
What's the most difficult thing for you, like in this whole enterprise?
Well, the weak link has been always the mill part, the spinning. Yes, because as Jackson said before, finding a mill that works with a little amount of mohair, and it was hard, and it's expensive.
Right.
The mini mills they're different. They're small mills, so they're a bit more expensive. We're still trying to find a mill here in Spain that can work with 100% mohair. Because we have, this one is 100 fingering weight mohair, kid mohair. And we wanted to bring more, but it's hard to do it because here in Spain there's no farms, and because of Brexit now we cannot send it to the UK because
we can, but it's crazy expensive.
It's like, more expensive. It's something that wouldn't be possible.
So like when you go to the festivals, fiber festivals, what's the reception? Like, are people just fascinated because you're doing it all? Like, is that a big selling point that you go from like from goat to the final product?
I think
first thing, we love festivals. For us, festivals are our holidays.
Yeah, that's when we have time to go off.
You know, we go to cities and restaurants and this kind of stuff. It's like woo! But you know, and we love people. We love meeting people and reunite with other friends and other dyers and other producers. And well, we cannot like, ¿cómo se dice quejarse? We cannot
complain.
We cannot complain because almost everybody is so nice to us, so well. So we feel so well received, so welcome in everywhere we go, and the clients and the knitters, they're always like happy to see like people that do what they do with.
And also because most of them know the goats or the dogs, so they always ask you, how's Tina, how's Charlotte, or how's Magdalena? So you know, it's always nice when they ask.
For me, the first festival we went was in 2008. 18, that's 2018, and I wasn't ready for what a knit festival is,
right.
And I was like crazy because I couldn't believe that complete strangers asked me about my dog. It's like because in this time we had a new puppy because the old dog has passed away, and we had the new puppy Madalena. that is like very famous in Spanish knitting scene.
Right.
And people asking me about Madalena, I was like, how the hell you know?
Was it surprising, like that celebrity moment, right? When people recognize you from Instagram?
Yeah. It's true. But it's so funny and so heartwarming, like, you know, the love and the support and the knitting community is great.
So like, who are your customers? Is it the same people that come over like again and again buying yarn from you, or do you always have some, like, do you know your customers?
We know, most of them we do know, because we've been lucky to go to a few festivals and have met some of our customers. And also when we do some open doors and they come and see us. So we do know the customers. It's nice when we keep seeing their names when a new order arrives. It's so nice to, oh, look, she's more again. It's really nice. We have everybody except overseas, which is hard to know.
Right.
But mainly the Spanish customers, we know most of them.
Do you sell a lot like over internet?
Yes, we do sell on our website, on our shop online, and we do ship worldwide also too. So we've been lucky, we have sent to the USA,
To all Europe.
whole Europe too. Australia, we sent once. That was fun because it's that far away. It was like, oh my
Japan,
God.
we have sent it a few times to Japan. And it's like crazy.
Yes.
Right. How can my viewers help you to grow your business and to make your dreams come true?
I think in a way, by giving us support, it doesn't also have to be buying, but commenting maybe our pictures or showing some love, you know, when people send a like, or, oh, so nice to see you goats, or it's so nice to see, you know, when we receive those messages, it's also in a way nice, because it's like, oh, there's someone there watching. The post
gives you up, because, you know,
yes.
Living in a farm sounds wonderful, and it is, but, you know, not every day and not every minute of every day is like playing with goats and picking up flowers. So we have also bad days, bad days.
So you have those days when you're picking flowers and playing with goats?
Yes, we do. We pick the flowers to give them.
Yeah.
Mainly, yes, but,
or to put them in the house.
Right.
yeah, I think when we take pictures, when we have to go take pictures with the goats, it's always fun. That's a nice moment, just to sit there and watch them and take some pictures. Sometimes, instead of taking pictures, I do Instagram lives to show the people the goats, because, oh, look, let me show them, because people like to see them and they ask questions, and that's nice also.
Yeah,
Well, do you show the people to the goats or the goats to the people?
we show the goats to the people, but the goats love to having people here.
Yes.
You can see they enjoyed having visitors in the farm.
Right.
You know, the day that the visitors come, the goats have more treats, have more like extra food, extra petting, and they love it. They really love it.
Right. Well, you know how like you're talking about the new goats being born. Have either of you tried to sneak it into the house?
We have done.
We have had few in the house, also because sometimes the mothers are not ready to feed the kids, so we have to do it, so they come inside the house. But sometimes we had Tina, we had to bottle feed her, and then when we stop giving her the bottle, she will follow us inside the house. So she will be on the door waiting, because she knows we live here. So it's like, they are here. So it's fun because they know where we are. So they always come and find us somehow.
Do they reply to you? Like if you talk to them, right?
Of course.
Yes.
Do they reply?
Santa, well,
I think that they think we are crazy. I think that's what they think.
Well, they know when you are about to take them from one pasture to another, or when it's time for going to the stables, or when it's time to get out of the stables. And when you call them, maybe they respond. But it's funny when for whatever reason you're late, because it can happen, you can be late, and the goats and the dogs and the cats and the horses, all of them, they start to get hungry, and they ask you for food, and I say them like, parents, wait, I'm coming. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna, starve yourself. And they answer you like, meh, because they're hungry.
I mean, like, if you were thinking about it like years ago, right before you started it, have you imagined yourself talking to your goats?
Well,
No.
We always have had animals. We always have some dogs or whatever. And I think everybody talks to their dog, no? I'm not crazy.
Well, guys, do you talk to your pets and do they reply to you? Put it in the comments of this video. Let's have a little poll here.
I've always, all my life, I've talked to every animal I've met. So I think it's what people do, no?
Well, that's definitely what I do, because I have 3 cats and I talk to all of them. So, and we actually have like international situation happen. So I'm talking to them in Russian and the kids talk to them in English and they understand everything perfectly.
You know what? I love speak to the dogs in Portuguese, because Portuguese sounds so so cute, so lovely. And also one of our dogs is Portuguese. She came from Portugal, so I love to talk to them in Portuguese.
Well, I loved having you on my channel. I really enjoyed getting to know you, and I hope one time we can meet at some of the festivals. I'm planning to, like, if COVID ever eases up, I'm hoping to get myself to some European fiber festivals. Would love to see you guys. And
Barcelona is really nice. The Barcelona Festival is, I think, it's one of the craziest festivals we have been. Is the first year, I think people were queuing for 2 hours to get in, and people were on the queue saying, "There's gonna be no yarn left for me. There's not going to be no yarn left for me." It was so crazy.
But Barcelona Yarn Festival is so fun, so crazy. It's like, Spanish people all together.
Right. Well, do you know what's in plans for you for this year? Like, do you have anything planned?
Yes, and hopefully it's going to happen. Hopefully.
Yeah.
The COVID led us to have more festivals and more.
Yeah, we are planning to go to 3 festivals. We have one now in April. It's in Sevilla, in the south of Spain. He's in Spain. And hopefully, we don't know if we will be back in France.
Lyon.
In Lyon, there's a festival that we have been there before, and we really enjoy it.
Maybe in Portugal too, but
meet with friends.
These days, making plans for about 6-8 months, it's so hard because every time it's changing everything. So,
and also we hopefully will be working with another farm fiber. Merino's from here, from Spain, to do another
blend.
Merino and Mohair, but it's going to be a fine Merino and kid Mohair together. So yes, so really soft. So hopefully that will go through.
And we also want to organize a retreat, but we're not sure when.
Hopefully fall. I think fall is better weather, because here in summer is
you cannot come here in summer.
Yeah.
So,
well, we're gonna put all the information about you and your farm under the description of this video, and so people can find you, follow you, and follow your schedule, and maybe come say hi at the festival or buy from you from overseas. And I loved having you on my channel. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, we'll have some fun, really.
and we will try next time to show you a goat.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Because around here it's already getting dark, so the sunset, so the goats are back in the stable. So to film outside is with low light is hard.